Good afternoon, I'm Jess De Los Santos and this is One News Now. A plebiscite will be held tomorrow in Maguindanao to decide if the province will be divided into two. To tell us more about this, we have Mon Gualvez reporting live from Maguindanao. Mon, how are preparations going there?
Jess, everything is set for the plebiscite tomorrow here in Maguindanao. Residents will vote if they are in favor of dividing their province into two. Huge tarpaulins encouraging yes votes can be seen in almost every town in Maguindanao. If yes wins, Maguindanao will be divided into Maguindanao del Norte and Maguindanao del Sur. Maguindanao del Norte will have 12 towns with the municipality of Datuodin Sinsuat serving as capital. Meanwhile, Buluan will remain the capital of Maguindanao del Sur, which will have 24 municipalities. The voting will take place in polling precincts used during the May elections, but the voting will be manual. Instructions are written in English, Tagalog, and Arabic. Based on the data from COMELEC, there will be over 818,000 registered voters in the province. The provincial government of Maguindanao will shoulder the expenses for the voting. For its part, COMELEC has finished distributing supplies and paraphernalia to all municipalities. All election workers have also completed the necessary training. So far, law enforcement agencies have not monitored any threats, but the PNP and AFP will ensure that security measures are in place for the plebiscite. The voting for the plebiscite will start tomorrow at exactly 7 in the morning and will end at 3 p.m. The COMELEC now actually barred campaigning starting today. Jess?
All right, keep us posted for updates. Again, thank you very much, Mon Gualvez, live from Maguindanao. Now, the Energy Department is seeing another round of price rollbacks for diesel and kerosene next week. In an interview with Radio 5, Director Rino Abad said diesel and kerosene prices will likely go down by 3 pesos per liter. However, he said gas prices could see an increase of less than a peso per liter. Abad said interest rate hikes implemented by the European Central Bank factored in the oil price adjustments for next week. Now, cash remittances from Filipinos abroad hit a 7-month high in July. Shaila Francisco has the rest of the details.
Amid the weaker peso, overseas Filipinos sent more money to their families in the Philippines. The Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas reports that personal remittances reached $3.24 billion in July. Over $2.9 billion of which are cash transfers, the highest since December 2021. Rising remittances were logged among land and sea-based overseas Filipino workers. The bulk of this came from the United States, followed by Singapore, Saudi Arabia, Japan, and the United Kingdom. Economist Sir Percival Peña Reyes says eased COVID-19 restrictions abroad is a major factor.
We are also seeing greater deployment now, no? Other countries are also recovering from this crisis, worldwide crisis, this pandemic. There is, of course, also going to be demand for our workers, especially skilled workers. So merong demand na nag-a-attract from other countries, coming from yung ating economy.
Higher remittances are also a big help for OFW families as prices of commodities remain high.
The dollars that you have would convert more into pesos, which would give you more purchasing power. Not all households nga may ganun. Probably yung mga yon mas masasaktan talaga because of inflation. But sila, I could imagine lang, probably they wouldn't feel as much pain siguro, or did have cushion or insulation.
For ING Bank Manila senior economist Nicolas Mapa, a moderate expansion of the remittances is expected. He explained that the current high cost of living in the Philippines may be prompting overseas Filipinos to send more to their families. For now, economists call on the government to address the rising prices of commodities. Socio-Economic Planning Secretary Arsenio Balisacan says they are already working on it.
Given the fiscal space and the so many conflicting needs for development agenda, the only way we can achieve more with less is to improve the administration of our social protection programs, including the 4Ps. With that, we can be sure that those who are targeted really receive the subsidy.
Currently, 10.3 billion pesos has been allotted for cash assistance to poor families. Shaila Francisco, we are One News.
More stories after this short break. Stay with us. We're still watching One News Now. I'm Jess De Los Santos. Tennis superstar Roger Federer has announced his retirement from competitive play after next week's Laver Cup in London. In a social media post, the 41-year-old says his recent bout with injuries and surgeries prompted him to call it quits. The Swiss great says he will still play tennis in the future, but not in Grand Slams anymore. The former world number one wraps up his 24-year competitive career with 20 singles Grand Slams and 103 ATP titles, the second most in the Open era. In weather, Typhoon Nanmadol has rapidly intensified as it approaches the Philippine territory. It was last spotted some 1,465 kilometers east-northeast of northern Luzon, with wind speeds of 165 kilometers per hour and gustiness of up to 205 kilometers per hour. The typhoon is expected to enter the Philippine area of responsibility this afternoon, at which point it will be called Josie. It will then exit the PAR either tonight or on Saturday morning. Pag-asa says the typhoon will not directly affect the country's weather condition, but it may enhance the habagat, which would bring rains over some parts of Luzon and the Visayas. For more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News Live anytime, anywhere. I'm Jess De Los Santos. We are One News.